what's the best way to solve an issue? It's because I've got a student who's got a real problem with their articles. Do you know a good way to deal with that?
Okay. Well, the way I would encourage a student to solve this problem, it could be articles, it could be prepositions, it could be any particular grammar point. I think the first thing they really need to do is to go back and look at past course books or some grammar books. One of my favorites is Murphy's Essential Grammar in Use. Or you can search online, you can do a Google search, and I often get students to write ESL and then say articles and then practice and do a search that way. And the reason I want students to go back is to just remind themselves of what the rules are for that particular grammar point, and do some practice exercises and just kind of go crazy with that. Look at written texts and circle every time they use an article or every time they use a preposition or whatever the problem is. And again, you can look at things on the internet. You could look at newspapers. You can look at reading text in a course book. You could even look at like the IELTS reading exam. Anywhere you can find texts. And as I say, circle every time you see this point, and then actually ask yourself the question, why are they using, for example, an article here? Why are they using an here and the here? And if you've done enough practice going through the rules, you should be able to answer that question most of the time.
Right.
So that's the kind of a process of noticing the grammar in real life.
Yes.
You suddenly become aware of how often they are used, and yes, you know the reason, the rule for that one. To move on from that stage, I think when you start writing, writing's the easiest one to start with. When you start writing things again, like you go back and check your writing, because you've got all those rules in your head about articles, then you need to sort of go, okay, do I need an article here? Do I need one here? And actually kind of just throw them in. If a teacher's going to check this, you just experiment with that and you put them where you think you need them. So it's almost like you have a kind of obsession with it. And that, it's not going to make you 100% perfect.
Thanks for listening to IELTSPodcast.com. And remember to leave your email for updates and early access to new podcasts.